The combo works that way. That's like the Kitchen Finks has persist, and those creatures prevent it from getting the persist counters. So you can sacrifice it a million times to the Viscera and get like as much life as you want, and scry, which is very important. Scry as much as you want, and try to get your second option to combo, like the Murderous Redcap, which deals 2 damage when it comes into play. So you deal like an infinite amount of damage. Most of the times the turn after.
The turn after, but in the meantime, you
have infinite life,
yeah,
which is good against a lot of decks. Not all of them in Modern, like we mentioned. Infect does not care how many life points you have. There are some others like Mindslaver decks, maybe. Yeah, and then there's like maybe some Kiki-Jiki Restoration Angel option, which just does like a million tokens and kill you that way. I mean, it's good to have infinite life, not infinite, as much as you want, but sometimes you lose anyway. That's why the Murderous Redcap is here.
Now, it is interesting. So when you get infinite life, we put it in quotes because you actually have to pick a number, right?
Yes.
What number do you pick?
I just say like whatever I feel like.
40 billion?
40 billion, 500,000.
Do you write it down?
No, I just like do the 8.
Good,
like
the sideways 8, yeah, okay. All right, so that's the core of the deck, is searching up this combo that can gain you near infinite life and then even kill your opponent with Murderous Radcap to do as much damage as you need. But there's more going on here. So as we kind of work our way around for the spell skites here, what are those in the deck for?
So obviously it's a combo.
Yeah.
What you want to do with a combo is to protect it from evil spells and devastating creatures. Most of our spell guide at least protects it from the evil spells.
Yeah, and primarily because your combo is entirely creature based here.
Yes.
So any type of removal can potentially interrupt the combo.
That's
so
correct.
Spell Skite just blanks that.
In addition to that, Spell Skite is really good in some other matchups. Like, for example, I've seen a lot of the coordinate decks, Boggles go around. So Spell Skite is insanely strong against Boggles because like you can just seal all of their enchantments and they pretty much can do nothing.
You mentioned Infect, it's quite good there too, right?
Infect is pretty good there too. It's very good against burn as well.
Right.
Because like they have to use 2 burn spells to get rid of it, and it's 2 for 1. That's always good,
Yeah.
Protects you a little bit.
Now, as we move up here a little bit, I see that you've got 4 Birds of Paradise and 3 Noble Hierarch plus 2 Wall of Roots here as well.
Yeah.
So what's the purpose of the mana acceleration in this deck?
Obviously the combo, all of those cards together cost a lot of mana. And Modern is such a fast format that you basically have to do some way to get some way to cheat yourself above the curve. Because if you're in curve, you lose because either the other deck is faster, or they like have enough time to find their cards to interrupt your combo. So it's pretty important to be fast enough.
Yeah, to get out. Okay. Hello there, welcome back to the booth here at Grand Prix Detroit. It has been a long and arduous day one for many of our players here, but we've reached the last round of action here in the Swiss, and we're actually going to be watching 2 players fighting to stay undefeated on the day. They are ready down in the feature match area, so let's head down for round 9 here from Detroit. Hello and welcome to coverage of Grand Prix Detroit. I'm Marshall Sutcliffe in the booth with Luis Scott Vargas, and we're ready for round 9 action here where we have Alex Majleton playing against Eric English. Now, Alex, interesting here, really known for being an Affinity player. He has played a lot of Modern Affinity in his life, and that blue-white Eldrazi deck was just too much. It pulled him away from it. Alex has also had, a fair bit of success over his career, including 8 GP top 8s. He plays for Team East-West Bowl on the Pro Tour.
It actually does mean something meaningful that he's not playing Affinity. He has multiple modern top 8s with Affinity, and he's played it in every modern tournament thus far. So the fact that he's not sleeving up Affinity means that he really believes in this blue-eyed Eldrazi list.
Yeah, his opponent Eric English also at 8-0 is playing the red-green. We're calling it the big red-green Eldrazi deck. There are kind of 2 different red-green Eldrazi lists floating around, and I'm assuming he's the one with like lightning bolts.
He's actually the slightly bigger list. He's got 4 World Breakers. He's got
so he's the big list.
Yeah, 4 Talisman of Impulse and no lightning bolts. 4 Kozilek's returns.
Right. So he's the full-on big version. He's from Rochester, New York, and he says he hasn't played a deck this good in a GP in a long time. He's played in one PT, played in PT Theros, which was in Dublin.
It was.
I was there. You'd think I'd know, but the cities kind of blend together at some point. All right. So we've got Endless Ones bashing into each other.
Not living up to their name.
And, and ending quite shortly here. And no play there from Ashleton as he plays in a Darker Waste.
And this is something that you're not super a fan of if you're Eric English, because
God, he's just got to have like heat, right?
Right. If Alex doesn't play an Eldrazi Displacer or an Endless One or a Sky Spawners, the chance he has a Thought-Knot Seer is really high, and the fact that Eric also didn't play a card on turn 2 means that there's a pretty good chance that Eric also has a Thought-Knot Seer that is likely to get taken here.
Here's a common interaction these days in Modern. The Thought-Knot Seer is going to get killed with the ability